They're here. They are Jodie and Aiden, a girl and her ghost. They could also be Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, the Hollywood muscle behind the star performances within Beyond Two Souls. Game auteur David Cage returns to direct another digital diorama, pulling off some familiar tricks while trying to expand his cinematic narrative agenda in this ghost story. First off, Miss Page and Mr. Dafoe's acting is tremendous. Their delivery and the overall performance from the main cast is watertight and resists being bogged down by the occasionally stilted script. The leads power through their dramatic moments, but Cage's mistuned ear for everyday chit-chat has left plenty of wince-worthy lines that trip up players and highlight the weirdly artificial nature of the interactive drama.
I told you so, guys. It's all bullshit.
Cage's prior effort, Heavy Rain, had you wearing out the shoe leather of multiple protagonists. Here the routine is new and twofold, with you playing out-of-sync vignettes from Jodie's life, shuffling between a young girl, a troubled teen, and a 20-something malcontent. The other angle is Aiden, a non-corporeal spirit tethered to Jodie. You'll often swap perspectives to take him in search of hotspots to bang and people to possess. Jumping around both time and space keeps the action moving and the story fresh. It also helps expose some shortcomings in the 3 C's: control, choice, and consequence.
And I never get to have any fun!
For the 100th time, you're not like everyone else, and there are rules.
Maneuvering as Jodie can be cumbersome, but it's not challenging in any real sense. White dots indicate areas of interest, while button prompts facilitate actions and dialogue choices. Her pivots feel lumbering, making it annoying to realign her with the dot that's just disappeared. Likewise, a few occasions where she voluntarily runs will have you wishing she could just pick up the pace in general. Some of the larger areas can lead to doldrums as you waddle around in search of the next plot-progressing hotspot.
Come on, girl, you'll have plenty of time to play later.
Early in the game, but later in Jodie's life, she undertakes what would amount to a training montage in a film. Environmental navigation, hand-to-hand combat, and stealth are explored and encoded for later use. Simple dodge and attack mechanics and a cover system of sorts imitate what would be considered more conventional controls in a modern game. Beyond Two Souls abandons some of the more obvious cues in its QuickTime events, asking you to make snap judgments during a slow-mo period, slamming the analog stick where you think it would help most. Briefly exhilarating, it comes across as an unnecessary concession to keep the player engaged, a thimbleful of interaction that makes you more like a mime than an actor.
Great idea. I'd pay to see that.
Jodie's military training is offset by Aiden, who cribs from Darth Vader with a talent for asphyxiation, along with more mundane distractions and full-on body jacking. Aiden can float through the air and pass through certain surfaces as you hunt for interaction points. He's Jodie's protector and occasionally her pest. Beyond gives ample places to play Poltergeist, and would-be Caspers can usually take a more stolid route.
You've risen from the dead. Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Being Aiden can be a lot of fun and also allows you to scope out the scene as a sort of spectral cameraman or spy, but this control is often taken away. There are many times where Aiden can't be called upon, usually in service of the plot. This feeling of being arbitrarily restricted leads to another bone of contention. Your choices don't carry much consequence.
If you don't want to do it, just say, and I'll take you back.
Jodie's history is intriguing, mixing in mystery and military, conspiracy and camouflage. Then you're offered a coffee, your only action, and you see your inaction will not be recognized as anything more than wasting time. It's not a choice, it's a speed bump. Even with a slew of endings, the choices you're offered and the impact of your decisions feel slight. It's hard to shake the feeling that you're just reading lines or filling in Mad Libs. There are some more drastic decisions to make, but it's hard to ascertain what ripples they may have caused, especially with the tale jumping back and forth through the years. You can't really expect the future to affect the past. Even failing many physical actions seems to correct itself with a ghostly hand guiding you to the final showdown, the enormity of which seems like a gross escalation of the preceding drama. For a work that prides itself on its story and your role in it, Beyond Two Souls can't help but make you feel a bit inconsequential in the ultimate scheme. The looks, the action, the acting will have you see Jodie and Aiden through to the end, but not without shaking your head at what feels like a missed opportunity, bandaged by ghostly pranks and callbacks to more established games and movie staples.
It's over.
It will never be over.